The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Oh, yeah, cats and kittens, welcome back to The Commercial Break. I'm Bryan Green. This is my dear friend and the beautiful co-host of The Commercial Break, Kristen Joy Hoadley. Best to you, Krissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Krissy and I are here doing a whole show. Like, we're suffering for content, right? We're just dying for content. Please, somebody send us an idea. We're dying to fill 75,000 hours of this show every month. And we're sitting here for 45 minutes doing a whole episode.
Talking.
Yeah. So I'm like, we should probably press the record button now. Of course, we save the best stuff for off air. But I was in the middle of my snacky time with my Toy Story shortbread cookies. Yes, my Toy Story shortbread cookies. It's snack time. And then I want a nap. I wish it was nap time. Those kids don't let me sleep anymore. It's kind of miserable, actually. Yeah. Because now that we have so many of them, none of them are on the same nap schedule. So fuck it, forget it. It's just all over. Yeah. And now the best sleeper in the house, the one that I had licked, the one that was came out of the womb sleeping, like the one that was like, awesome. You just rocked her for a few seconds and put her right down. Now she refuses to go to sleep. It's as if she's been filled with amphetamines and she will not sleep under any condition. And the only person that she will sleep with is me. So every time she needs to take a nap or go to bed, I have to be the one to do it, because if she doesn't get put to bed by me, it's not happening.
Well, then that's where you get your sleep.
Well, that's what I should do. But she just wants to play with me, right? So now, like, I'm like, okay, time to go to sleep. Feed her a bottle. Okay, time to go to sleep. And she's like, I tried to record her the other day because she's got this cutest little thing that she's doing. She's mimicking everybody talking, but she knows no words, right? Except for dada and mama and stuff like that. So she's like, she's talking to herself, having a whole conversation.
What were those things from Star Wars? The little
Ewoks. That was like
those things are so cute.
It was the only movie upon which some, you know how like in a lot of sitcoms back in the 80s and 90s, when after the third season and things got kind of a little bit stale, they would throw in a kid or throw in a new character or some dumb shit.
What's up with that?
What's up with kids? They come out wanting more food, shitting all over the place, spending all my money. What's up with kids?
What's up with that?
That's Jerry fucking Seinfeld.
So,
those Ewoks, they threw those in there. It's like, okay, let's throw something cute in for the kids. In the forest.
Right.
Obviously a ploy to make more toys is really what that was, because now we can make these cute stuffed animals and all this other shit. It was the only movie that I can think of where they did that, and it actually worked out to their favor. Because in the fourth episode, whatever, the sixth episode, the third episode behind -3 +2.
I know.
I don't fucking
confusing.
know. Yeah, they put that Jar Jar goddamn Binks in the movie and ruined it for everybody. That's it. Game over. Star Wars was over at that point. Jar Jar Binks.
I liked Revenge of the Sith.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even remember that one. So many of them I don't even remember. I remember the first one and the second one and the third one.
Like the true third.
Okay, the true third, which was the real sixth.
Which was the sixth. Yes. In real time, it was the sixth. But in the Chronicle
is in the third.
Yes.
Yes. I was talking to a Star Wars head, like someone, whatever they call it. What are they called? I don't know, SDs or something like that. I was talking to one of them, and I referred to one of the movies, and he was like, that's the third. I think I was on that Jeff Dwoskin show, that Crossing the Streams or whatever it was, like where they talk about movies and television, and somebody was like, that's the third. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have enough time in my life to worry about which episode is actually numbered incorrectly.
Yeah, after the first three that came out, which actually turned out to be 4, 5, and 6. And then the other three came out, which were the 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, and 3, like Clone Wars.
That,
and all
I can't remember.
I don't even. I don't even. Last Jedi, Return of the Last Jedi, The Last Jedi, Almost Dead, Last Jedi Returns. It's
my
so
sword.
Yeah,
a sword returns.
Yeah, the sword returns. Lightsaber again. The last lightsaber.
Crossing lightsabers.
We had an extra lightsaber somewhere. Oh, this Jedi was just hiding. It wasn't actually the last Jedi.
It was a baby.
Yeah. Oh, look, Jar Jar Binks is back.
Wait, and then the little mini Yoda is actually.
The new. It
was actually older than the original.
The Last Jedi Reborn. Cute baby Jedi. Throw him in a backpack and spin him around space.
It's so true.
It's dumb. We're done. I read an article. I love Star Wars.
I know.
I love it so much. I'm not like, I don't have characters in my house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that in love with it. Only Dick Tracy got me to that point. Only the critically acclaimed and universally panned movie Dick Tracy, starring Madonna and Warren Beatty, got my attention in that manner. I was right on top of the trends, Krissy.
You were.
I always have been.
You heard it here last.
I'm like a pop culture soothsayer. When I say it, it's about to become popular. Hey, have you heard of My Seven Little Johnstons? It's a great show.
It's in its 13th season.
I know. It's in its 13th season. I'm the only one who watches it. They're making that show just for me, I'm sure of it. I swear to God, I would have any of those Seven Little Johnstons on this show right now today. So I'm not that kind of guy. I love Star Wars, but I read an article and the guy was so right. It's time to put Star Wars away. Yeah. Just put it away before it gets ruined for it might be ruined forever.
At least put it away for a while.
Yes.
And then bring it back like you're bringing back the Jedi.
Yes.
10 years from now.
Yeah.
Return of the Star Wars.
Exactly. You know, for a long time, no one was asking for the Poison reunion. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one asked for the reunion tour of Poison.
Give it a little time.
Give it a little time, and it comes back. Yep. It's like anything. Everything old becomes new again.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that same thing happens with this show. But if we keep making episodes, no one's going to give a shit. So.
Just like our YouTube channel.
Oh, my God.
Discussing. Well, because it got brought up because I was looking I went to YouTube this morning to look for the New York Times cooking channel I have subscribed to, and they had this really good thing about cooking eggs and different ways to cook eggs. It was great.
Commercial break, New York Times, right next to each other.
So I went on there and the first thing that pulls up is commercial break when I go to YouTube. See? And it said violent and inappropriate and violent. I was like, ooh, we gotta let Bryan know about that.
Yeah, we got to tell him about that. That's why that fucking YouTube is miserable.
But then you explained to me that it was
just a clip in the show. Yeah,
it was dictating.
It was dictating what was being said on the show. But I swear to God, YouTube is blacklisted.
But then I looked at our views and it kind of follows suit. We had two views from like 3 weeks ago.
We are literally a pocket rocket to the moon with that YouTube. Didn't take off quite like I had anticipated.
Well, you are on top of trends.
I am on top of trends. I was only 17 years late to the YouTube game. We started it in episode number 400. Hope that everybody would jump on board. I just swear to God, I don't even know why we do this stupid YouTube show, because the only thing we get out of it is comments that are terrible for us, but kind of funny at the same time. That's the only thing that happens.
Make $1,000. Would you like to make $1,000?
Yeah, make $1,000 a week. I would like to make $1,000 a week. Is it possible to do that on the show? Would you like to partner with Bequith Jewelry? With Queef Jewelry? We have the best Queef-themed jewelry in town.
Let's do a co-brand.
I know, we do a lot of those. We get a lot of those, Queef Jewelry. Like, Queef Jewelry? What are you talking about? We'll give you 2 free bracelets. Oh, will you? Let me send those off to Georgia Power.
But it's queef.
But it's queef.
It's a guaranteed queef.
It's a guaranteed...
It's genuine queef.
It's a genuine queef. This comes from the Queef Rock, where the ancient women sat on the rocks.
It was featured in Star Wars.
Yes, I bequeath my queef to you. Yes, it's the new character in Star Wars. The Queef Bot.
Oh.
Far, far away in a galaxy a long time ago, someone queefed.
From that rose.
From that arose Queen Queefatia. The queen of queefs. I shall queef on you. Now, for a limited time, Queef Jewelry Incorporated brings you Queef, the Star Wars edition. Oh my God. So stupid. Heather McMahon is right. She's, you were telling me, she said, I don't even know why I get dressed up for you two.
She's like, I put on the eyelashes.
Yeah.
I do my hair, do the whole thing. She's like,
I get no views. I get no views. The girl is the co-anchor of Good Morning America sometimes, isn't she? Or the Today Show or whatever it is.
The Today Show, I think.
And she can't get 300 people to watch that fucking video.
No.
It's unbelievable. She gets better guests than we do, too. I got to call her up.
She does.
I think she
just talked with Jane Fonda.
She did?
Yes.
Why isn't Jane Fonda coming on this show? Probably because I just did a whole bit about Queen Quifatia.
Probably. That might be one of the reasons.
Yeah, I don't think that's pushing any of Jane Fonda's agendas any further. You know what I'm saying? You don't think a class act like Jane Fonda would come on the show? No, I don't. But we did get Heather, which is which I appreciate.
And she's super funny. We love her.
Blair Saki is so wonderful. I just got to say that Blair Saki is.
I love her too. All of our guests have been
they've
fantastic.
Been awesome. And just yesterday we broadcast. Oh my God!
It's pouring rain.
It's pouring rain.
Yeah, there's some bad weather today in Atlanta.
Yeah, so if a tornado comes and takes us away,
yeah, thank you.
Please, yeah, thank you. First of all, the insurance will pay for the house. And I can finally go get some rest.
Exactly.
I can go get a nap. But hold on, I'm going to hold on tight to my Toy Story shortbread cookies because I'm hungry. But if I should go, just please do me a favor. Take my Quifatia straight to Bob Iger at Disney. Make sure he makes that movie.
I will.
You would, please.
I will. Yeah, it's you put it into the universe.
Oh my God, Krissy, I was sharing this with you a little bit, but I go yesterday and I get on this phone call, like this Zoom phone call, this important Zoom phone call regarding
and you had
important.
To take it while you were out somewhere else.
I was out somewhere else.
Yeah, you could do it from the good lighting
yeah.
and the good angles of your computer.
I did do a conference call on Monday with the whole setup because the computer was running updating or running a program or something. So I'm like, oh shit, I guess I just got to do it like this, like we do on the YouTube channel. Yeah. I actually got more views on that Zoom phone call than we do on any of our videos. So I got this Zoom phone call and I'm in the studio like this and I look like a total fucking douchebag because I mean, what asshole takes a phone call about the commercial break from the commercial break studio?
Let me patch you into the studio.
Yeah, let me patch you into the studio. I think we're not going to use that third segment. There's a lot of violent and inappropriate language. Thank you. Who is that? I'm your new producer, Rudolph St. James. Okay, Rudolph. Well, listen, we just do the show on our own if you don't mind. We don't need any help. Accordingly, you do need my help. I've been told from the top down, every step of the way, help the commercial break.
Help.
Okay, well, let us know when you want to chime in. Thanks. Let's cut out the first 327 episodes. 328 was okay. Then we'll back up from there. So I go on this phone call. I'm out somewhere else at another house at a different location. And of course I have to take it from my phone. So I lay my phone down sideways. I've got one of those like little holders that can hold it because I don't have a phone holder or anything. And I don't want to make people sick, going like this whole thing.
And all of a sudden you're turning like to the other side. Yes. And I'm a walker and a talker. I always walk and talk.
You
do.
So if I want to keep myself still, I have to lay the phone down so I don't move, right? So here I am. I'm just getting over this bullshit that's been going around the house. And so I've got the phone is tilted up in this direction, straight into my nostrils like this. And it's
always a good look.
Because I'm getting over this thing, my nose all of a sudden, of course, at the appropriate time, starts flooding my upper lip with snot, clear snot.
Glistening.
Yes, it's glistening. It's water. It's coming down. I'm like a little child, like... I'm taking my arm and I'm trying to wipe it on my sleeve. And then I'm like, let me just press pause on the camera while someone else is talking so they don't see this. And then I think to myself, and then I could see other people in they're in a conference room on the other side. I can see them kind of like tilting their head a little bit. And it hit me. They think I'm doing blow. They think I'm doing cocaine. I keep getting off and on the camera. They think I'm going to do a line. I could just hear them after the conference. Was he doing blow? Are we getting in bed with a guy who's just a cokehead? Is that what's going on?
Those creative types.
You know those creative types.
No.
We've been asked to stop the cocaine use. Thanks, Rudolph. Not a problem.
Rudolph.
Rudolph St. James, our new producer.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. If we could keep the cussing down to a minimum, we'd appreciate it. Go fuck yourself. This show is a hot mess from beginning to end. I don't know how we even have any listeners, if I'm being honest.
Speaking of Cheerio, that leads us maybe to what we'll be talking about later.
We'll talk about it later. Mm-hmm. We'll get to the Cheerio later. But and we're back. We're in a giggly, laughy mood today,
Yes,
as if that's any different from any other show. But so let's talk about this.
Yeah.
I just learned last night. We're doing like this is crazy. I can't believe. I mean, listen, this is actually not crazy. We're doing a rebrand of the cover and the podcast and making some changes on the website. So Astrid's out there designing stuff. And guess what? We're thinking about doing some merch, right?
Oh.
So we're going back and we're thinking about wise ideas that we can use for the t-shirts, and we're creating them. And one of the ideas that I think it was Gustavo had was, let's do a shirt with best to you on the front and bye on the back, right? Bye. Mm-hmm. And so Astrid's Googling around to look for good font for bye, and she sees a cool font, and she clicks on it, and it's the Smartless website. They are selling a t-shirt, bye. Yes. And I'm like, those fuckers stole our thing. And Astrid's like, it's a word that you say pretty commonly, like bye. Like, I mean, it's not something they stole. It's a pretty common word. What I did not realize
they've been doing it.
Why didn't you tell me this?
I thought you knew.
We're 560 hours into this program. I thought we were
making it different because we said goodbye.
Oh, I just thought that we just made a change. I don't know. I don't know. I just was going.
I thought you knew.
I was following you. I don't know. You're the real leader on this show. I have no idea what's going on. Don't ask me to pay attention. I have listened to.
We were on their show.
I know. We're on their show, and then. I'm sorry, guys. I had no idea. Actually, you started after us, so guess what? I'm sure they probably listened to episode 5 of the commercial break and went, that's a good idea. Let's use that. Bye. So stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of their thing.
It's kind of their thing. And because Smartless gets like 20 million listeners an episode and we get like 15 listeners an episode, I think we have to defer to them at this point. You know what I'm saying? We can't have a bye war with Smartless. No. I mean, if Sean wants to come on and give us permission, then that's okay. Well, if Sean gives us permission, because he's the one that like does it, isn't he? I've listened to so many Smartless episodes, but I've never made it all the way to the end.
Yeah, I make it till the end, and so that's been their thing for a while. Yeah, Sean.
Well, holy shit! Why didn't you say something?
Well, they all kind of do it, but Sean's really gets into it, trying to figure out a way to incorporate the word bye into a sentence, and then they all go bye.
Okay, well, yeah, that's totally ridiculous. We can't do that anymore. We got to think of something else. I don't want to be a copycat.
No,
I do my best. It's not hard, actually, because it's just the way my brain works anyway. I do my best to erase anything that I hear from the content of this show. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in the car and Sirius is on and I'm on Conan or Howard or whatever, I do my best to eliminate whatever they're talking about from my head, so I'm not copying. Yeah, same goes for comedians. Like I don't want to. I do my best not to repeat jokes or anything like that. And listen, and at the end of the day, it's all derivative works. It's like like music. There's only 4 fucking chords, and you just play those 4 fucking chords in a different direction, and then you make a song, right? That's it. I don't want to be the guy who says bye all the time.
Good. Let's switch it up.
Let's switch it up.
Now we have to figure out what to do.
Well, I don't know. Astrid was like, well, say adios. And I'm like, yeah, okay, adios. That's kind of cool. Like we could do adios or ciao, ciao bella.
Ciao bella.
Ciao bella. Isn't that bye
Cheerio.
beautiful? Cheerio. Cheerio. I don't think they actually say that anymore, but cheerio. Cheerio.
Cheers.
What is this, Mary
That's
Poppins?
Kind of overdone.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, no, cheers is overdone.
What about something from one of our shows, like one of the TV shows that we've done?
Yeah.
Is there like a Teresa Caputo or Mountain Monsters? Or
I know we could be like Dr. Niles Arden and be like, lose 50 pounds in 7 weeks and I'll see you back soon.
Want to make $1,000 a day?
Yeah. Want to make $1,000 a day? Bye. We could do Byegasm. Byegasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the smoky.
Well, I don't know.
That might get old after a while.
I think it's already old, to be honest.
Yes.
I listened to that song again yesterday after we got done with the show, and I thought to myself, this really is very poorly written and produced.
Right. Well, the music itself is
good.
Good. Yeah, it's the words.
It's the words. And actually, I think this sounds exactly like another Smokey Robinson song, but we'll save that for a different episode.
Okay.
But I think he's using very similar music to other Smokey Robinson songs.
It's all derivative.
It's all derivative. But then the way that the whole thing is written is so weird. It's like the rhymes don't happen at the right time. It's almost like he's 3 beats behind, and the producer is like, let me see if I can.
Beep.
Yeah, let me see if I can. We only have 3 hours in the studio today, Smokey, so I'm going to need you to get all your gasms right. And Smokey's like, huh? Okay. Gasm. Okay, we're going to need to take that again, if you don't mind. Gasm. Okay, that's great, Smokey. We're going to use AI and fill in the rest if that's okay with you. So maybe bigasm is not necessarily the right thing.
Yeah.
That would get old. What about, what's another one we could say? Could we say, I got it.
What?
I got it.
What?
Ready?
Yeah.
Now get. Let's do that. Best to you out there in the podcast.
That's all you get.
Now, that's all you get. Now get. I like it. I
do too. I don't think anybody else is using now get.
I don't think, well, mountain monsters, but that's only when they're running from trouble. That's only when they're running from the.
No, it was now get. Where are you?
Now get. Where are you? Come back. Hold on a second. Got to get a real good picture. Then you get. Let me get a picture. Then get. I like this one. That's all you get. Now get. And then just leave. Yes. How about that? Okay.
I think that's
all right.
it.
Sean, are you happy? We changed it. As if Sean's listening.
I know, right.
I don't even think they listen when we paid them to listen.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Oh my God. Now get, I had no idea. I didn't want to be, but you know what? I have heard this on other shows before. I have heard other people say bye and like with an affectation. Mm-hmm. And I always thought, well, it's a pretty common word.
Let's use that.
Yeah, let's use that. Let's copy them. Do you remember? I don't know when this was. This must have been. It seems like so many episodes ago. Probably was not so many episodes ago.
What was the other one we used to do? Happy New Year?
Oh my God, Krissy. Let me see if I can remember it. For those of you just tuning into the show, or probably just thinking about tuning out of the show.
Right.
It's like, these guys just spent 15 minutes talking about what they're going to say at the end of the show. Yes, we did.
Now get.
Now get. That's all you get. Now get. You remember?
We've had a few different iterations throughout the years.
But the beginning of the show used to be
Happy New Year.
It used to be best to you. Thanks for joining us. I can't even remember what it was.
Well, because we had a whole conversation. I remember in the other room when we used to have the studio in the other room.
Yeah.
Remember that studio? There were cardboard boxes holding up things.
The entire studio was held up by cardboard boxes.
We were doing the show. There was tissue paper over the lights.
There was tissue paper over the lights. Or cardboard boxes holding up cameras. We had so many wires going everywhere. We only needed one of those wires. But I was too afraid to touch any of the other wires because I'm not sure what they did. Even though I was the one who hooked them up. I couldn't even remember.
We were having a whole conversation about how long, which is kind of apropos for right now because it's right after the New Year. But
yes.
how long can you say Happy New Year?
And we said it for a year and a half.
So we just went ahead and said it.
I know. And then finally I was like, okay, enough. This is so stupid.
It took me a little while too to quit saying it.
I know, me too. Because it took me a little while to remember not to use that long-winded introduction that I used to do also. Thanks for joining us on yet another episode of this, The Commercial Break. It's not for everyone. Yeah, the only one you'll ever need. It's not for everyone. But fact, news, or fiction is guaranteed in 15 minutes or less. Happy New Year! So stupid.
Oh, my God.
We got complaints about that right off the beginning. People were like, okay, Bryan, got it. 10-4. Good joke.
Get to the meat.
Yeah, good joke for 2 episodes. Then could you leave it? No, we went on for 200 episodes with that like that. And on season number 4, I said to myself, no fucking more. Am I going to say that long-winded introduction?
You did. You finally changed it.
I finally changed. Old habits die hard because for the first couple of episodes of season number 4, you can hear me trying to go into it. And then I stop myself. I'm like, best to you out there in the podcast universe. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Bryan, it's me, Rudolph St. James. let's do a huge favor to everyone that might think about listening. Let's stop the verbal diarrhea right at the beginning of the show. And while we're at it, could you take it from an 11 down to a 4? People are trying to drive.
Well, you're just like the Mountain Monsters guy.
He's trying to go
over there and walk.
He went over there to walk, and then he took another step, and then just said, "Whoa, dude! I just made a boo-boo in my pants."
He just constantly yells.
He just yells. But then he's in other scenes where he's talking normally. It's like, why are you yelling?
It's only when he's talking to the camera.
I know, it's psychological. Like, I think what I also realize about this show, for various different reasons, I've had to go back and listen to many of our old episodes. We'll get into that a different week. Right. But the reason why we kept if you go back and listen to the first couple of episodes of the show, we are very low key. Like, I start the show and we're already talking. That was another one of my innovations that I thought was so cool. Let's record the show, but let's record the show. But I'll edit it in a way where we start in the middle of a conversation. So like the first 6 episodes of the show, you are jumping into a conversation where there's no context. Krissy and I are literally already talking. But we're talking low key.
What's up with that?
I know, what's up with that? Why would people want to listen to a half of a conversation? What's up with that? Why not let us in on the whole thing? So here's an example of one of the first episodes of the show. So you don't have to suffer through the entire thing. Ready? Here's an example. So I went and I got a COVID test today, just to make sure that, keep the family, stuff like that. And, I want to make sure everyone's safe. And it's kind of weird, all this lockdown stuff. But that would be the beginning of the conversation. Right. And then I would start the show with, it came up negative and everything.
That's right. Like we were bursting in on
We were bursting in on the music, on the conversation. But I also used to have an intro where it said, "Hi, I'm Bryan Green. I'm a father, a son, a pragmatist, pretty bad lover, mediocre podcaster."
We should play that at some point.
Oh, I don't even know if I want people to know what happened back then. Half of me really wants to take the first 300 episodes of the show and throw it out the door. They say it takes 10,000 repetitions before you become an expert at something. 10,000 repetitions.
So we've got
reputations. I just said reputations.
We've got that to look forward to.
Well, I think we're getting close to 10,000. Only 480 of them are on the actual RSS feed, but I'm pretty sure we're close to 10,000
repetitions. That's true.
Repetitions.
All the ones that didn't actually make it to people's ears.
Yeah, we try our best, but at the end of the day, the thing about
things happen.
Yeah, and the thing about
whole shows happen.
Shows happen that you
never recorded.
That's the part that kills me. That's the part that kills me about our particular, walk along the podcast path amongst a lot of other things that have almost killed us. What kills me is the fact that there are episodes, and I'm not talking 1 or 2, probably 15 or 16 episodes.
At
least, that we did the entire hour, 45 minutes to an hour. We did the entire 45 minutes to an hour, and it never got recorded. That part irks me to no end. When I listen to old episodes, I'm like, man, I wish we had gotten those ones.
I remember driving away sometimes and I'd get a call. Well, that one didn't record.
Yeah, that one.
We're going to need to re-record it.
About that hour you drove here, the 3 hours you spent here while I fixed the wires in the studio, and that additional hour we were supposed to be recording, about that. You don't mind turning around. I know it's 10:30 at night, but you don't mind turning around and doing another episode, do you?
We'll just try and recreate it.
I know. And every time that I did an episode that did not record, I fretted so bad. I had so much anxiety about walking into that bedroom late at night and telling Astrid I was going to have to be up for another 3 hours because we're going to have to record it. Because you don't understand. Even though this is her idea, she's always been supportive. She works for the freaking show. She's like, part of the reason why we're even still here is because of Astrid.
Astrid's the core.
But she would be like, do you really need to record another one? Does anyone really care? Can't you just run an old one? We're on episode number 3. Exactly. No one gives a shit, Bryan.
Right.
The only people listening are Venezuelans.
But her mom told everybody.
Everybody on LinkedIn that we were doing the show. Her entire professional network. Yes. It was right about the time she started having trouble getting new clients.
Right.
So you're not going to know the story, but at the beginning of the show, maybe episode 3 or 4, Astrid was so proud that we were doing this, and Krissy and I didn't even know what to think. We were kind of embarrassed, hiding in a hole.
Yes.
We posted one thing on Facebook, and that was it.
Really.
And we didn't post anything again on Facebook ever, by the way. Go to our Facebook page. But Astrid was so proud that she told her whole family. And a Venezuelan family is like 500 people deep.
Oh, yeah.
And then her mom was so proud that we were doing this podcast. She doesn't speak great English.
Yeah.
So she doesn't understand a lot of what we're saying on the commercial break. But her mom was so proud, just so proud that her son-in-law was just doing this thing, right, out there in the world.
Following your dreams.
Following your dreams. Following my dreams. Right into the nightmare hole? Yes. And by following my dreams, we mean following my nightmares. She was so proud of us doing this show.
That's so sweet.
It is so sweet that she posted it on LinkedIn to all 700 of her contacts. This is my son-in-law doing this show. And we started getting a ton of listens from Venezuela. Right. But I'm pretty sure that most of them did not tune in for a second episode. But for that 1 week, we got a ton of downloads from Venezuela.
And then they realized what we were talking about.
And then they realized that we were just a couple of gringo shitheads. Right. With nothing funny to say. So don't worry, everybody out there in the podcast universe, you're in good company. The Venezuelans also think we're a bunch of bullshit, too. The other Venezuelans think we're as unfunny as Corey is bad at singing, also. I'll never forget that one. That one's going to stick in my head forever. That's a good one. All right, let's take a break. And when we get back, I have something very good for you, Krissy. Something you're going to like. Something we're dancing into season number 5 with all of our old favorites. We've gone...
with a cane.
Yeah.
Dancing.
I know.
Look over here.
You look over here. There he goes. Where'd he go? Now get. What do we got back? We've done Frankie. We've gotten Mountain Monsters. I got a Teresa lined up for you. Don't worry. Yep. But before we get to all that, we got to get to Adam Lyons, the liar. We're gonna go way back. Meow. We got to go way back to his heyday when he was the number 1 PUA in the world, or so his YouTube channel said. All right, so we've been doing all of our favorites, right? We've been doing all of the favorites, and now we're going to do some Adam the Liar. Adam the Liar is a famous or infamous PUA pickup artist who has done many things throughout his YouTube career. He has not only been a pickup artist, isn't he like a business professional and a marketing expert, all this other stuff?
He did like an MLM.
Yeah, now he's like, isn't he like, he's got 4 wives and 2 of them are pregnant or something like that?
Yeah,
he's a polygamist.
Show, our old favorite show.
Oh yeah, ITV this morning. They're no longer; those 2 people are no longer in there. I understand why. Yeah, but I liked them. I liked them until I found out he was having sex with his young coworkers, and then I thought, well, maybe not so great. So Adam the Lie, as a part of season number 5, the beginning of season number 5, we're visiting our old favorites. Get it out of our system. Our old friends. Get it out of our system now. Here is Adam the Liar. We're going back to 2009, Krissy, a long time ago, when Adam claims himself that he was the number 1 PUA. Well,
why wouldn't you believe him?
Because we call him Adam the Liar. Yes, he's got it in his name. All right, here's Adam at the 21 convention. We don't know what 21 convention means. I don't know what that means either, but I can only imagine the scene around that hotel. Yeah, people are everyone peacocking around and
using their pickup lines,
cornering women.
Don't let her get away.
Don't let her get away. Hold your hand up against the wall. Right. All the tips and tricks that all these guys use. Adam is going to spout them off. He's going to talk about his 2 favorite things to talk about. He'll get into it. I'll let him get into it. But without further ado, I was trolling on the internet.
As you do.
As I do. And let's see if we can not fire off Apple Music this time. Right. And listen to Adam. Here we go.
Like I said during the talk, I want to take you guys through 2 topics that I'm kind of in love with at the moment, that I want to teach. And the first of these topics is the one I'm going to start with, which is closing.
Closing. I'm going to start with the end. So you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to go in chronological order and start at the closing.
2 topics. First, closing.
Yeah. First, closing. Second, hair dye. We're going to get into hair dye.
Oh, my God.
Adam, first of all, he's fit. Look at him. He's really skinny. Fit.
Yeah, he's got his white shirt, button-down shirt, unbuttoned to the sternum.
I have this rule. Never go more than 2 buttons down.
Yeah, it looks a little
weird. He was going like 3 or 4 buttons down. It does look a little weird.
Doesn't have a gold chain, but it could be
That
used.
could be a good accent
yeah, I
for
think
him.
so too.
And then his hair is jet black, except for the very top of his little pompadour is bright red.
Spiky.
Yes. So he's literally peacocking around this stage at the 21 convention.
Now, there is a massive problem in this community, right? And I noticed it a couple of years ago. And
I noticed it a couple of years ago when I got into the community.
Well, I was going to say, what community? The pickup artist community?
Yes. I think he's talking about single men in general, but yes, the pickup artist community.
I had a couple of years ago was that dudes didn't hang around with girls. They just hung around with other guys. I came out and I said it. I stood on stage. I'd been in the community for a while. No one knew who I was.
The community of guys who hang out with other guys. I don't know where he's going with this one, but do guys just really only hang out with guys? Is that true? Like if you go to a bar full of single women, are you just hanging out in the corner with other guys? This isn't the 3rd grade, Sadie Hawkins dance.
Right, girls on the left, boys on the right.
No.
He gave me a microphone and let me speak on stage. And as soon as I went up there, I went, "You guys are all fools." No,
that's how is that how he got his start?
Yeah, that's how he ingratiates himself right into the community. Someone just handed him a microphone. You're the #1 PUA in the world. Go!
You guys are all idiots.
You guys are all idiots. You're not getting any dick because you're only looking at other dicks. And thanks for having me. This TED Talk sponsored by Zoom.
You go out with guys and speak to guys, but none of you hang around with girls. And since being in the community, the more I've looked at it, the more I've analysed it, I've realised there is a new problem. Serial openers.
Cereal openers?
Yeah, cereal openers. I am a cereal opener myself.
Fruit Loops,
yeah. Fruit Loops. Sometimes I just take granola mix and just put it in cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for you. It's healthy.
Guys that run around opening, right? Now, I mean this in the nicest way. I really don't...
I mean this in the nicest way. You're literally a shithead. I hate you.
I pick on somebody because he seems like a genuine guy, but there was a minute before I came up, the guy that's emceeing said, "Has anyone got any great stories that happened last night?" And this guy goes, this opener I used, and he told this story of this opener. And it was a funny opener. He's like, put his hand over it, that was me. It was like, who lies more, a fish or a chicken? And
what?
I like...
Who lies more, a fish or a chicken?
Some guy was proudly raising his hand that he said that.
That's a strong opener right there. Who lies more, a fish or a chicken?
Yeah,
Get out of my face.
Right, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
It's funny, okay, I get it. But that was the end of the story. He opened. And I see it. I go to these venues. I see these pooers running around.
Pooers.
Pooers running around.
Pooers unite.
Fish,
if you're a pooer and you know it, clap your hands. If you're a pooer and you know it, clap your hands. If you're a pooer and you know it, then you surely want to grow it. If you're pooer and you know it, clap your hands.
People, and they're so serious about it. Dude, I got a guy emailed me. I beat my level. I opened 1,000 sets last week. Like, you opened 1,000. You irritated 1,000 women. That's what you did. You went up to them and you spoke at them for a while and then you left.
Well,
that's true.
Okay, all right, Adam. Yeah, I don't think anyone emailed you and said they opened 1,000 sets last week.
Sets.
Yeah, it's a set. Yeah, you got to win the set. You know what I'm saying? It's a game. It's a little game that they're playing.
Right.
They're so concerned with how many they open. Hey, people email me. Adam, I've got this problem. I opened this girl using this line. What do you think I should use? On boot
What,
camps.
in the moment? He's
Yeah.
texting Adam. I just opened. What do I do next?
Dear Adam, can you hold on 1 second? Thanks. Dear Adam, I'm in the middle of an opening set and I'm having a bit of a complication as she doesn't really want to see me or look at me. Staring at the back of her head. What is your advice now? Adam responds, "You fool! Close her!"
You know what most PUA instructors consider a demo? If you open. Before I got married, when I demoed, I did it specifically to close. I'd make out with the chick. I'd look at the student and go, "Did you see how easy that was?" They'd be like, "Uh-huh." That was my idea of a demo.
Student.
Wow, Adam's so sure of himself. He's got students. He just makes out with chicks random. Did you see me? Did you see my...
Did you see how I did that?
Did you see my chlamydia-filled tongue all over that woman's mouth? Did you see that? That is how you do it. Now get in there, champ. Go on. Smack him on the butt. Go get him.
You got this.
You got this, champ. Hi. Who lies more, a chicken or a... All right. Not bad. You at least said 2 words. Let's move on to the next one. Her friend right next to her. Go. Right. Who lies more, a chicken or a fish?
Open, but other pools like, well, you should be able to just randomly go up to people and open them. No, you shouldn't. That's opening. That's annoying. That's irritating. Don't open people if you're not going to do anything with it. Close. And that's a massive issue. That's a problem that the community has.
Yes, it's the problem that the community has. The serious problem. The reason why they're sitting in that chair right now, Adam, you're pointing out the way fucking obvious, is that they cannot get a date. Why else would they be there? You're pointing out the one thing they came here for.
Please, Adam, tell us.
I know. That'd like me going to a podiatrist, and the podiatrist goes, just can't figure out what's wrong with your hands. Let me guess. You got an issue with your feet. I do. How did you know that? I've been doing this for a long time.
I see this all the time.
Let's take a look at your nipples.
And I wanted to address it. Before I do, I want to warn you about some of the hazards of closing. Now, I know that...
hazards of closing. Restraining orders. STDs. Accidental pregnancies. Your hair
Slaps
turning...
across the face.
Slaps across the face.
Drinks in your face.
Your hair accidentally turning red from some strange sexually transmitted disease of the hair.
A lot of my really good friends love my stories on stage, and some of them have heard this one. I think
my friends love my stories from on stage. Wow.
Yeah.
I think the exact opposite. I'm like, my friends hate the commercial break.
People in this room won't have. I'm going to warn you in advance. If you have a little bit of a sickly stomach, if you're somebody that doesn't like graphic descriptions, you probably want to put your fingers in your ears for this next story.
Graphic
descriptions.
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Stay tuned, Christina. We might need to edit this part out.
I'm going to tell you about the hazards that come from closing, okay? I met this girl, gamed her very well. And
gamed her very well.
I gamed her. Totally gamed her. I was all over the game. I literally gamed on her face.
Gamed her.
Excuse me. Which lies more, a chicken or a fish? You mind if I game all over your face? You're getting gamed. You got gamed.
You got gamed.
Back in my place. Now, there are a number of little... What I love is how all different events come together to cause problems. I don't know if you guys know this. You go, oh, I'll just do that. That doesn't matter. And, oh, I've got that going on. But when they come together, everything falls apart.
My wife was home.
And in this one particular...
When my wife and my girlfriend get together, boom. It all blew up until I convinced both of them to go on This Morning with me, and now one of them's pregnant. It worked out fine for me.
I'm the best.
Yeah, I turn hazards into opportunities. That's why they call me Adam the Liar.
I thought everything was great. I brought the chick home. She was ready for a same night lay.
Same night lay.
Not bad.
Same night lay.
Oh my God.
SNL. That's our new sticker. SNL.
Yes.
Same night lay.
Boom. He snapped his fingers. She was ready for
boom.
the same night lay.
Boom.
Gamed
Vulva.
her, brought her to the house.
Bam. Gave her $1,000. Vulva open. Good night.
Gave her $1,000.
Gave $1,000 to the security personnel with her. Boom. Done. Gamed her.
Same night lay.
Same night lay.
And I'd just perfected my squirting technique.
Your squatting
So
technique?
I learned.
Did you say your squatting technique? Okay.
And that's not the only thing.
And that's not the only thing. Pee, pee, poo, poo. Here it comes, guys.
I just perfected my squatting.
There you go. Scat-a-diddle-doo. Here comes the graphic part.
Oh, I hope that's
I hope not.
Oh, my God.
how to successfully make pretty much any girl squirt.
Squirt.
Adam. That is a physiological response that I guarantee you cannot make any girl come like that. No, of course not. Yeah. What a liar. What a liar.
Now, you'd think this would be a really good combination, right? But
somebody else is like, yeah.
Yeah. Someone else is like, oh, yeah, tell me all about it, Adam. This is what I came for. Here it comes.
I love these stories.
This is the best part of the movie.
I love these stories.
I love these stories. I pay just for the stories. You don't mind if I put a paper bag over my dick, do you? Don't mind me. Tell me about the squirting. Squirt. Tell me how you closed them. I want the game. Give me the game. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lily. Adam is hot tonight.
I came here just for the story.
$2,000 I paid over and over again, brother. I just want to hear the squirting story. This is a classic. He's like a fish head on New Year's Eve waiting for game henge.
Oh, my God.
Run like an antelope! Tell the squirting story!
I added another factor, because, you got to do that. My flatmate wasn't in. And I thought, it would be really funny. It would be to do it on his bed.
You sly dog.
Nothing like putting weird body fluids all over your flatmate's bed. Classic Adam. This is what I came for, buddy. This is like Trey doing a solo for 15 minutes when he talks about squirting on his flatmate's pillow. Noodle, brother, noodle.
He took like a sip of water too, waiting for the.
Yes. He's got pizzazz, Krissy. He knows how to work a crowd. Yeah.
So, not that my bed was full. My bed was empty. I just, wanted to do it on his. If he is watching the video, Amog Scott, I love you very much. Although he doesn't know this happened.
He doesn't know this happened. Come on. This story gets more fantastical. I'm not sure which is more believable, Jar Jar Binks or Adam's story about squirting all over his flatmate's bed. I'm thinking Jar Jar Binks at this point.
You're about to find out. So, she's lying on the bed, and normally when a girl's squirting, I get them lying on their back, right? But I thought, again, I'll add something else to this mix. Let's get.
He's just adding boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom. I'm just going to add and add. Just keep on going. Just keep on going.
Keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy. Got to keep these guys interested. They're going to get laid. I'm not, because I'm married. That sucks. I'm the married PUA.
Right.
Yeah. Nothing I trust more than a married guy telling me how to pick up single women, which is what I do here on the show all the time, by the way. There you go.
All four squirting, it sounds like fun. What I'd effectively created, without knowing it, was some kind of rudimentary projectile device. Because she's on all fours, right? With her ass up in the air. And so I'm going at it.
What?
Don't watch, but I'm going at it. And
I'm good at
suddenly
it.
She goes,
oh my God.
Oh my God, Krissy. This guy is so full of himself. But I guess you have to be, if this is the business you're going to be in, you can't be the timid guy. You can't be humble and be a PUA. You know what I'm saying? And like a prerequisite of the job is that you're a total chauvinistic, egotistical
shithead.
pig.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh God,
telling people at a convention.
Yeah, how you made your how you
the one night stand ready for lay. Or
the
what was
SNL
it?
same night lay. SNL baby.
Get on your flatmate's bed and on all fours, and he's good at what he does.
Oh, he is. By the way, I'm writing this down. Same night lay.
Yes.
That might be the way we say goodbye. Same night lay.
I'm like, no, that's okay. It's supposed to happen. Don't worry about it. Relax. Let it happen. So she does, and she squirts straight out the back of her. Across.
What is she, a cow? I mean, God damn, Adam. Treat this. Could you treat women with a little bit of respect while you're talking about them? Just a little bit.
My mate's bed. Now, I kind of knew that was going to happen. It was kind of going to be funny, What I didn't expect was for her to come on at the same time. And so she had period stains all over the bed.
Whoa. Adam.
God.
What in the good fuck are you talking about, dude? I'm going to fast forward this just a little bit. Yeah, I'm not interested in that part.
This is crazy.
No.
And besides, he started off the whole thing. Once again, these people that start off like, I've got 2 things to tell you.
Yeah, I've got 2 things to tell you. This is not one of them, but it's taking up 15 minutes of time. All right.
Closing has problems, okay? You're worried about opening? Be worried about the closing problems. They're more expensive.
That was the hazard.
That was okay. Yes, that was the hazard. The hazard.
You're so good at what you do.
Is that women menstruate.
It can be too good.
Yeah. Guess what? 13-year-olds learn this. You shit for fucking brains. First of all, you shit for brains. Second of all, lots of people have sex on their period. Adam, I don't know if you've known that, but it's actually possible.
Yeah.
It's probable that if you're in a long-term relationship, that's going to happen. And you know what?
Aren't you married?
Yeah, aren't you married? Haven't you done this before? Number 1. Number 2, it's unlikely that you can get every girl that you ever have sex with to squirt like that at all. Either that or I am a terrible lover because it's only happened to me once or twice. It's more likely that it's me and not him, but whatever.
Okay? You have to pay for cleaning bills and stuff. Like, closing problems are much harder. But closing is where the fun is. Closing is where the funny stories happen.
Is he really saying...
Oh, my God.
Is he really saying that the problem with closing is that she might be on her period and you might have to clean your sheets?
Yeah.
Krissy,
You're having too much fun.
I honestly hate this guy more than I hate any of the other PUAs that we do.
Yeah.
Frankie B... Who's the other guy? Mystery, Cypress Hill, whatever his name is. Mystery Hill. I don't even know what his name is.
Well, no, there's the other guy that lives down with Brazil.
Oh, yeah. With Brazil. That's
he's been ousted
Michael Anthony.
He's been ousted from this country.
Yeah. But Michael Anthony makes fun of this guy all the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm starting to feel like I don't like Michael Anthony. But I'm feeling like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Opening, you're really not doing anything. You're just running around speaking to girls, not doing anything about it. And it's another form of anxiety. Like, there is nothing wrong with opening girls. Everybody in this room, some of you might think, I've still got AA. You're always going to have AA. It doesn't go away.
What's AA?
What's AA? Alcoholics Anonymous? It never goes away? I don't know. Acid asshole? I'm not even sure. Anxiety? Something, I don't know.
You kind of get over it.
Asshole anxiety?
Yeah.
Push past it, and you open.
Am I being an asshole? Yeah, probably, but just push past it.
Just push past that. Get past the fact that you're a total chauvinist and no girl likes you. Push past that. Push past that. Don't worry about it.
It'll always be there.
Yeah. Eventually you'll break through and be back in your dad's basement playing Super Mario Kart. Don't worry about it.
Almost everyone in this room has opened at least once. If you've done it once, you can do it again. It's not a problem. The problem comes when you're closing. And a lot of people have that issue. Some incredibly big gurus that do talks all around the world, I know for a fact, have a problem.
Some incredibly big gurus?
Some gurus, like PUAs, people that he's talking about. He is literally throwing down the gauntlet. He just dropped bombs all over the place. He's spilling the tea. He's saying that it might be possible that guys that talk like him also have a hard time getting women to sleep with them. I don't believe it. Adam, causing trouble in the PUA community.
That community is crazy.
That community, they just are going at each other.
And then some people just travel around the world.
That's right.
To hear these stories.
To hear these stories and give these talks and
give handies.
Get their paper bags out. Get your paper bags out, boys. I'm going to tell the period story. Oh, he took it to way new lows there.
Yeah.
And by the way, I didn't know that was coming. So
we were both shocked.
I didn't know she was coming, and I didn't know he was coming, and I didn't know that was coming. So there you go. And I just can't believe how audaciously chauvinistic
he's awful.
Some of these guys are. They're awful. He's awful. They're all awful.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
I can't believe I need to find out what the 21 convention is.
It's 21 EPM convention. That's what it must be.
You and I have got to get into one of those.
I guarantee that convention is not around anymore, but we can get into another one.
Yes.
And I would be...
We've got to find one.
I would be peacocking throughout that crowd as I brought a female with me.
That's right.
Yeah, but I'd be afraid. I'd be afraid at night. I don't know. I'd have to stand by you 24 hours, 7 days a week.
It would be funny.
I
wish we were like a little camera, like glasses maybe.
Yes.
With
the Google glasses?
Yeah.
Like the Google glasses?
Oh,
yeah.
no, like just like James Bond type.
Oh, with...
Yeah.
Camera. We'll put a little thing on my button my fifth button.
Right.
I'll have my shirt unbuttoned all the way, my hairy chest just flying everywhere. But there's a little camera at the bottom button. They'll be too distracted by my hairy nipples to see the camera on my button. We're going to go for it. Season number 5, we're getting out in the world.
Yep,
That's one of my promises to myself. We're getting out there in the world.
Yes.
We're going to go find that Jar Jar Binks. Stab him in the eyeball. All right. TCBpodcast.com. That's where you go. You find out more information about the show, all the audio, all the video right there at one location. TCBpodcast.com. Now available, your stamp-sized piggy front seat sticker. Go to the Contact Us button. Hit the drop-down menu. I want my free sticker. Send us your address. We'll send it off. It'll be there shortly. 626 Ask TCB, the number 3. 626 Ask TCB, the number 3. Questions, comments, concerns, content ideas. YouTube.com/The Commercial Break. At The Commercial Break on Instagram. TCB Podcast on TikTok. Okay, Krissy, I love you.
I love you.
Best to you.
Best to you.
I bet best to you out there in the podcast universe. That's all you get.
Now get.